Hey friend, hope you are loving our stories. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's move toward today's explanation. Movie starts with a snake, who opened his mouth and was ready to sting a man. And that man was wearing bangles in his feet. He is running very fast to escape from the snake, but the snake was giant, and reaches to man and opens his mouth. After we knew that it was a dream. The dreamer wakes up and starts looking for bangle. What he saw in the dream on man's foot. He sees black scars on his chest. At the same time, a monk comes and asks that boy whose name was Ad, what happened? Ad says nothing. But when monk comes and sees his scars and gets scared. Next we see a helicopter out of which K-pop star Minjin and his management get out. Seeing Minjin, the media and the people go mad with happiness. A reporter asks Minjin if it is true that you are separating from your band. Minjin's friend angrily asks the reporter which channel are you from. When he mentions the name of a famous news channel, his anger turns into excitement, seeing him being flat. Minjin's manager tells the reporter, company will announce it later. They come from there, but the whole crowd was behind them. They call the driver. He says that I am stuck in an accident. Hearing this, Minjin is trapped in the crowd and is forced to give a fake smile. A taxi driver wants to take a selfie with Minjin. Then they sit in his taxi and leave. Next we see them in a temple, where they ask the monk about a friend who had gone to India. Then they ask about Ad, and they say he is not well. They all go to meet Ad, and are horrified to see his skin like snake scales. This curse was due to the bangle Ad had. His health was very bad, and get fever too. Ad tells them that because of this, a ghost named Nak has awakened, who was a victim of this curse just like Ad. And he wanted to get his bangle back from Ad. That's why he come in his dream. They try to read the ancient writings on the bangle, but the statement written on it was not complete, due to which they feel that there will be a second part of this bangle, on which the whole thing was understood from the writing written on it. Everyone wanted Ad to get rid of this curse, so they decided to go to that temple, whose monk had one such bangle, so he would know the exact location of bangle. They were worshipping in the temple, and Nak was slowly moving toward them. Ad's health started deteriorating as soon as he came close to him. So everyone started taking care of Ad. While making a video of them, a boy feels strange, and when he zooms in, he sees a ghost. He makes noise of the ghost, and Minjin's manager runs away after seeing the ghost. Nak says return me what is mine, or I will kill you all. They run outside to escape from him. And all the doors and streets are closed. Ad's health deteriorates a lot. A monk says something after seeing the Nak. He minds a lot, and takes it to a height and throws it on the ground. Then he starts falling on him the statue of Buddha whose tip could have killed him, but his friends save him. Ad start crying seeing his friends in trouble. He gives his bangle to Nak and say take this. Nak is not happy with this, and says why did you steal my valuables? When he was giving, Ghost would have taken back, but he feels that too much. Baby monk picks up the lighting statue of Buddha and turns it on towards the Nak. So he doesn't want to but is forced to leave. In the morning, they ask Ad about Nak. He says that he is the ghost he sees in his dreams. He says to Ad that he will kill all four, because they stole his bangle. Hearing this, everyone gets scared. Now who will be the next victim? The police officer comes and tells them that he found the body of a Korean. They go to the corpse. It was of Minjin's manager. She leaves them all and ran away only to save her life. This means it's better to stay together. That's why Minjin says that now we all have to stay together. They both get ready to go to the temple where the monk had a same bangle. Little monk obstinate to go along, but they didn't want to take him with them. On their request, he leaves from there. But when they start their journey, people on the way call them. When they stop to ask the reason, little monk falls down from the roof of the cart. He then goes to the roof and wasn't ready to come down, because he knew that they will not take him along. Minjin promises him that he will take him along so he come down. They are received by a friend of monks, and they come to know that the monk who had bangle died, so they gets worried. But the boy tells that he was very possessive about his things, so he kept all his things with him. And now Minjin's friends First and Balloon retrieve his phone from his coffin. Hearing this, First and Balloon think that they will be buried in the coffin with monk. In fear, they go to the temple where the coffin of the monk was. Then the lights of the temple start blinking. The bravery of both comes out, because they had seen in movies that lights start blinking before ghosts come. They both somehow reach inside and start trying to open the coffin, but the present monk of the temple comes there. Then they start acting very sad. The monk understands that these two are kids of who died, so he leaves them alone with the coffin and goes away. They both somehow find the phone, but it was locked, and only the face of the corpse could unlock it. Now they both make the dead body sit and forcefully open its eyes, and finally manages to open the lock. But just then the temple monk comes there, and seeing all this, he kicks them out, taking the phone. They leave to return, when Ghost comes in front of van. Seeing this, the van driver's condition get worse due to fear. Van gets out of control and goes to the fields. They were now trembling with fear, and they were feeling that out of nowhere Nak would come. First asks little monk to give him something for protection. He gives him the torch, and first thinks, how would it protect me? Ad's health starts to deteriorate, due to which he takes off his amulet and drops it. Then Nak comes and drags Ad away with him. They all go behind Ad, but couldn't find him, because the ghost was troubling him very badly. They search and find Ad, where seeing his condition, little monk takes the statue of the Buddha near him. Then Ad attacks him. He tries to compete him, but gets badly injured, and by then Ad fell unconscious. When Ad regains consciousness, he is in the hospital, and he apologizes to little monk. He tells all his friends that all the problems are because of me, but they assure him that together they will get him out of this trouble. Then they send little monk home, and they all leave for that temple, whose address they got from dead monk's phone. And here was the bangle they were looking for. So after reading the full statement combining both bangle, Ad can get out of this curse. They reach the mountains, and learns that the temple that used to be here is no more. They start searching for bangle in the mountains, and only then Ad's condition starts getting worse, which meant the bangle is near. First and Balloon sees bangle, and when the monks go down to take bangle, Ghost comes there and stops monk to take bangle. But first and Balloon pull it away. They all run away from there, because now the ghost was behind them to escape from the ghost. They go inside a house where the fire was burning, and they surprised to see that a monk is worshipping there. Monk says that there used to be a snake who killed many people, so a monk caught him, and snake stopped troubling people. Then snake gifted a temple to the monk, and gave him 2 bangles as well. That temple was later converted into a desert, but it is the reason that today the bangle is given to a monk. Ad tells monk that he is hurting him a lot right now, so how can I fight with him? Monk says that all of you together can fight with him. In the morning they leave from there. They see a place where people worship. When they go near, Ad's health starts deteriorating, and the monk understands that this is the curse of Nak. The monk takes him to a temple for worship, where the same monk with whom they had spent the night. They ask the monk about Nak ghost. Monk tells that the temple that you saw here just now was a big temple. Then Nak was an orphan, who often caught stealing, and people punished him with the help of a monk. But the monk who wanted him to become monk says he will be presented in the next month of worship, and there it will be decided what punishment should be given to him. Nak, who did not want to become a monk, nor he want punishment, he stole bangles given by snake and ran away. That's why he is cursed, and his skin becomes like a snake. Then he died like this. Monk says that Ad could not have this bangle, because this is for monk from the snake. Nak doesn't want Ad to be cursed, so he wanted to take it back. They ask the monk, what is the way to get out of this curse? Monk asks Ad to take bath in the canal, due to which Ad's body becomes completely clean from the snake scares. Next, they were sitting in the temple talking when a boy entered the temple, and Minjin has a crush on him. But he immediately leaves from there, and Minjin becomes sad. On the other hand, Ad says that he wants to apologize to Nak. All friends were forced to support him. Ad takes off his amulet and starts apologizing to Nak. He once again grabs Ad by the neck and start beating him, because he felt that everyone should get the punishment that I got. Just then Monk arrives and saves Ad. Then Nak complains to Monk, didn't you save me? On which the monk reminds him that I saved you from the snake, but you were not ashamed of your mistake, and you did bad things to yourself. Hearing this, the ghost does not stop and catches the Ad. Then Snake saves Ad, and teach a good lesson to the ghost. Actually Nag used to protect Bangles himself, and used to protect monks who apologized for his mistake. After this Ad become monk, and Minjin goes to the temple festival with his friends, where he sees some people going in the canal. He thinks they are committing suicide. When Minjin goes behind them with his friends, he saw that boy with a monk he had crush on. Monk disguises himself as a snake and goes into the water, and with the shine of boy's eyes, he looked like a snake, who tells Minjin to meet again. And with this the movie ends. Thank you.